Right, so I'm here with one of my clients, Nick. He's been working with me for a little while now. He's had some good results, switching up his diet, learning how to trim off a bit of body fat, but now we're working on eating to perform to fuel all of the training and exercise that he does.
So a bit about me. I'm rapidly approaching 40, still trying to keep very active, doing lots of sport. Too old and broken to play proper rugby anymore, or at least to a level I'd like to play at. So I now play quite a lot of touch rugby. And in my late 20s, I got into playing hockey as well. So playing in goal is quite active and quite robust, as is the touch rugby to an extent. So for the last 10, 15 years, even though I'm getting older now and very sedentary desk job, I'm still trying to spend my weekends and free time doing a lot of stuff, steaming around, charging around, and very active. And my diet hasn't necessarily reflected the fact that half of my days have been spent sat in front of a desk or commuting and things like that. So when I was young, I was always very active and in the work I did. So most of my jobs when I was at school, I was either lifeguarding, sports coaching, swimming teaching and things. And so that meant all of my free time when not at school or college was spent on my feet or in the pool or running around or charging around doing things. And then towards the end of my time at uni, and then when I started work as in IT consultancy, suddenly a lot of that, those free calories I'd burn without really thinking about it, I stopped burning. Initially, I could sort of keep that under control. I tended to be about 85 kilos, which is a bit on the heavy side, but from the amount of sport I was doing, I had some fairly meaty legs, which took up a lot of that. But slowly, and without me really noticing, I've lost a lot of muscle underlying everything, but kept the same sort of weight. Then a couple of injuries, knee reconstruction, shoulder reconstruction, and the shoulder was about 18 months ago, 2 years. And since then, again, I've stayed at the same weight, but I've been noticeably weaker. And trying to do things myself have just been maintaining the weight sort of up and down 2 or 3 kilos, sort of fluctuating between sort of 85 and 90 kilos. And I could sort of pull it down from 90 to 85, then it'd drift back up again. And there wasn't any real structure or goal around what I was trying to do. Just try to make things a little bit better, which without a goal, I was never achieving anything.
Yeah, perhaps that's where a lot of people are at. Why did you start working with me then?
So I've known Tim for a long time now. We went to uni together, and I saw some of the stuff he was posting on social media with some of the success he was having with some of his clients, and the routes he seemed to be taking and the way he seemed to be doing things with them. It looked like he was working with people to understand their aims. When I've looked, sort of only very briefly, looked at other dietitians and things like that, they've seemed to have a plan and a process that you had to force your life into. And seeing the stuff Tim was doing, it looked very, very different. And it'd take time to look at my goals and my aims and how it would fit in with my life, rather than me having to completely rip up the rule book and just eat lettuce for 3 weeks or something. And I exaggerate for effect. And also, I've known Tim for a long time, and I trust him, which was one of the key things I thought if I'm going to be engaging with this is a fairly significant change in some of the things I'm doing. I want it to be with someone who A, knows and understands my goals, but also I trust to be doing the right thing for me rather than just to get another tick in a box for another client.
Yeah, and that's exactly how I like to work. It's much more rewarding to unpick all of these barriers that people might have that they really want to overcome, but it's not as simple as just following an A to Z map as everyone would be doing it, right?
Yeah.
No problem for anyone. So like through that experience of us working together, I've obviously given you some guidance, but what actions have you taken and what things have you learned from us working together through that whole experience?
The biggest thing I think I've learned, or I've been forced to take notice of, is the amount I snacked. And using calorie tracking apps and things like that has shown me not just the things I thought were bad, the random Mars bars and things like that, but other stuff. I never realised there was 500 calories in a Scotch egg from my butcher's. And suddenly, if I'm having one of those every couple of days with whatever I'm eating, if I'm eating one of those on the go or something, suddenly everything I'm doing, I'm adding calories that I don't need, which is putting on weight, which is there's still my superfluous, greedy calories. So eating like a spoiled fat kid, which I don't really want to be doing and can't afford to do with the amount of time I spend sitting at a desk doing my job. And so looking at that and assessing, understanding what was making up a lot of the food I was eating, the snack food and things like that, has also been very useful. But also this year, me and my girlfriend have been trying to eat a bit less meat, use less plastic, be a little bit more environmentally friendly. And I think those changes, if I hadn't been working with Tim, would have had a much greater detriment on my nutritional health. So I didn't realise just how little protein I was eating from trying to eat a mainly vegetable diet. And so looking at that has helped me understand where I need to add protein here and there. So we haven't gone completely vegan. We're just trying to cut down because we think it's the good thing to be doing. Eating a bit less red meat is probably good for my general health as well as it is for the planet. But off the back of that, we've both looked at the amount or how much we'd cut out. And we've come to slightly more middle ground now. Rather than just eating meat once a week, give it a couple of times, things like that. I put more eggs back into my diet, and just looking at the macro effects of what I was doing, I was almost just eating carbs.
That can kind of happen if you don't focus in on that detail a little bit. And I think for those watching, like Nick likes the detail, he likes numbers, and that really, really works for him. Not everyone likes that, and like it's not the only way, as we've already alluded to. But sometimes you do just need to dial in on the detail for a little bit, get that knowledge, and then you can kind of apply it. So if we start to try and wrap up, what's your life like now? How is the transformation that you've experienced so far? Obviously, we're going to keep working and change things. In the period that we've been working together, how do you think things have improved for you?
Well, I've clearly lost quite a lot of weight, almost 10 kilos. We set a goal early on to a target body fat percentage, and having that goal meant it was a lot easier to achieve what I wanted to, rather than just sort of muddling around trying to make things a little bit better. So we've had that to look at, and that's made it much easier to drive towards something and seeing visible improvements as well. And I'm back in jeans. I've had a pair of jeans in the cupboard that I wore last when I was 18, at the back of a cupboard, and I can fit in them, which I thought was ridiculous. But yeah, experience with the course, it's been very informative, and it has helped me understand a lot more about what I eat, but also being able to drop in quick questions to Tim about things, to clarify things, and to just further my understanding, work out what I might be doing well or doing badly, and he's been able to quite quickly come back with sort of succinct answers that think, yes, that's good, no, that's bad, move this, try this, is that not working for you? And that has meant that it's taken a few months, but we've got there, we've hit the target we wanted to, and now on that, after we've cut off the fat, is looking to build up and bulk up and replace that with some of the muscle I've lost by consciously now spending more time working in the gym. It's given me a good foundation to do that.
And we targeted a body fat here because it's a metric, but we're not in the realms of turning Nick into some kind of bodybuilder. Like we've aimed for like somewhere around 15% body fat, which is actually really beneficial level for someone who plays a contact sport and who wants to perform. Like he doesn't need to be any leaner than that. I don't think you want to be any leaner than that.
Not particularly, no.
And through the dieting phase, we haven't lost any muscle. I think the muscle that you talk about losing is from injuries and possibly
Yeah, I've lost no strength whilst been on the diet plan. All the stuff I've lost is what I've lost previously from sort of shoulder rebuild, knee rebuild and things. Way I'd have built muscle when I was younger and at college and uni, I've not been able to do now because life gets in the way. I can't be in the gym 2, 3, 4 times a week at these times because I have to be on conference calls, I have to commute, I have to travel, I have to earn some money.
It's kind of the lifestyle of a weekend warrior, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, thanks for your time, mate. We'll wrap it up there.